clutter is quietly killing your average ticket, whether you know it or not. And this is one of the biggest hidden problems in a shop. Eye level equals highest margin and the easiest sale. The first 6 seconds matter. In those 6 seconds, they subconsciously decide, does this place feel organized? Do I know where to look first?
You're listening to Street Smarts with Chad Wade. Real talk for real shop owners.
Let's start with something blunt, very blunt. Play on words, all right? A lot of smoke shops look good on Instagram. They really do. They look great, but you're seeing the highlight reel there. But they perform terribly at the register. And you have to ask yourself why. And it's mainly because they're designed for vibe and aesthetics and cluttered variety, that type of stuff. The we carry everything energy, right? Like they can't be without it. All right, like people are just going to leave if their brand is not there. And it's really not for customer behavior, not in any way. And your store, it's not just decoration, guys and girls, okay? Your layout is a silent salesperson. And right now, many shops are leaving serious money on the table because their physical space is honestly working against them. Now, this episode is about fixing that, all right? So, let's do it. All right, guys, the first truth, okay, that I want to tell you is that customers don't see your store the way you do, okay? And, it's like that proud moment, that proud car of yours, how you think it's the greatest thing in the world when other people just don't like Lexus, or they just don't think that a Trans Am is everything in the world, or they don't think a Camaro is great, or they don't think, or a Corvette. They don't think they're the greatest thing in the world. But, you're proud, right? You know how an owner with his shop, he sees or she sees inventory, all the brands, all the SKUs, all the categories, all the deals. What the customers see is overwhelmed, confusion, friction. There's so many choices with decision fatigue, no clarity. And if a customer has to work too hard to shop your store, they're just buying less. And that's period, point blank. And you really need a 6-second walk-in test. You know what that is? That's when a customer enters your shop. The first 6 seconds matter. In those 6 seconds, they subconsciously decide, does this place feel organized? Do I know where to look first? Is this joint even comfortable to shop? And does it feel professional? Am I staying or rushing? If your entrance view is cluttered or chaotic or visually loud, you immediately lower the buying confidence, okay? Strong stores control the first sight line, all right? So let's talk about what should be on the power wall, all right? And most people are going to get this wrong. Your power wall is the first major visual zone that your customers are going to notice, okay? And too many shops waste it on slow sellers and random brands and overstock, vendor push items, that stuff that, hey, I'm going to sell you so much of it, but you got to get rid of it because, it's going to go bad, but I'm going to give it to you cheap. You remember that guy? All right. And they're also going to have it with whatever arrived last. And that's kind of backwards. Your power wall should feature your high margin items and your easy to understand products, and should have a clean presentation with a strong packaging. These are repeat buyer favorites. The power wall is not storage. It's a conversion tool. Are you looking for a smooth, dependable herb grinding experience every time? Well, hey, meet Grindy's Grinders, the essential tool your customers will reach for again and again. These grinders are built tough with high quality materials like zinc and aluminum. designed to crush herbs, spices, tobacco with effortless precision. Whether it's a compact 40 millimeter or a massive 63 millimeter 4-piece grinder for home use, Grindy's has the size and style that fits every need. Each one features a magnetic top and easy clean design that makes maintenance simple and fast. A staple for any smoke shop or head shop shelf, Grindy's delivers reliable performance customers will love, grinding quickly and evenly every single time. Grindy's grinders, precision you can feel. So clutter is quietly killing your average ticket, whether you know it or not. And this is one of the biggest hidden problems in a shop. Owners think that more product equals more sales. Well, in reality, that's not true. More product often equals less clarity, and less clarity is smaller tickets, and smaller tickets stresses the hell out of the owner. And when shelves are packed tight, customers just stop scanning, and the eyes kind of glaze over and decisions get really rushed, and premium items they just get ignored because white space sells, breathing room sells, clarity sells, right? Understand? Now, how about the rule of 3? All right, and this is going to be your new merchandising friend. If you want displays to convert better, just follow this. Group in 3s whenever possible, not one lonely item, and not 12 crammed together. 3 creates visual balance, a perceived intention, and makes it an easy comparison. It's a cleaner decision making, and it's more of a it's just easier to understand 3. Now, if you got multiple colors of something, and you want to showcase the colors, I can understand that. So if you got 4 or 5 colors and you want to put them out there, I understand that because they do like the choice of colors. It happens. So here's some example zones that benefit from this. All right, like grinders or glass pieces or accessories or premium items and giftable products. Too many giftable products, man, they just glaze over and they don't find anything they want at all. Your goal is not to show everything. Your goal is to make choosing easy. All right. You ever ask yourself why eye level placement prints money? Why that's the rule? Because customers buy what they see first. All right, eye level space is premium real estate. Yep, many shops put, overstock and random filler and that bullshit low margin items or the vendor leftovers, right in the most valuable, space. All right, here's a correction. Eye level equals highest margin and the easiest sale. It's not the cheapest. It's not the slowest. It's definitely not the newest, unless it's a high performing item. If you rearrange nothing else this month, fix your eye level placement. And flow mistakes, a lot of shop owners make that as well. Customers should move naturally in and out of displays and throughout the store. And many layouts force customers to stop abruptly and double back and squeeze through aisles, and get stuck at the counter, and they miss entire categories, in all honesty, because, friction reduces browsing time. Or did you know that? And browsing time directly affects ticket size. Let me tell you about how strong store flows feel. And it feels like this. Okay, so a customer walks in and the eyes land somewhere obvious. They take a few steps forward. They naturally turn, all right? They naturally browse, look around, and they arrive at the counter with intent. And if your store feels like a maze, you're taxing your customer, mentally, because the checkout zone is your most underused weapon. And let's talk about that, because your counter is important, and it most of the time it's wasted space, because it's got all that random clutter and your staff drinks and girl coffee and energy drinks everywhere, paperwork stuff right there beside the register, low margin impulse junk, just junk. The checkout zone should be, clean and intentional and high margin and fast decision items. And this is where the one more thing happens visually. All right. Even before staff speak, they see this. And great counter items are like small, useful, and obvious, inexpensive add-ons, easy yes decision items. Your counter should quietly add $3 to $10 per transaction. Okay. Now, if your store isn't converting the way it should, don't assume it's traffic or pricing or the market. Sometimes your shelves are working against you. That's in all honesty. Because product zoning is quietly or will quietly increase ticket size. All right. Let's pick up like where strong stores, they separate themselves. It's more of a random placement it's expensive. All right. When categories are scattered, customers just kind of miss items, and they buy only what they came for with, through rush decision. They overlook the upgrades, and smart shops use zoning, and zoning means you've got to group things together, and you group products in ways that naturally increase spends. All right, there's 3 zones every smoke shop needs. If your store isn't clearly divided into these mental zones, you're leaking revenue. I mean, you're just dying. All right, number 1 is a destination zone. And this is where customers come with intent. All right, this is like, where the glass case is, the Delta products or your Kratom products or that stuff, the repeat items or your core traffic drivers. All right, this zone must be very easy to find, very well lit, organized, not overcrowded, and this is where customers anchor their whole visit. All right, the second zone is the discovery zone. All right, this is where tickets grow. This is also where customers find things they honestly didn't plan to buy. Not like impulsive, but they just didn't come in knowing that they wanted or needed this. All right, and the best items in this area are like mid-priced accessories, bundle starters, visual merchandise pieces, giftable items, visually interesting product. And if your discovery zone is weak, your average ticket will stay flat. All right, number 3. This is your quick grab zone. It's usually your checkout area. All right. And this is your final opportunity to raise the ticket price. And these quick grab products should look like, anything under $20. It's got to be easy to understand, useful add-ons, low decision friction, very high margin. And this is where silent upsells happen. I also like to put my stickers up there, the 2 for $1 type that you can get at UNS Wholesale. Let me know if I can help you out with that. That's unswholesale.com. When you can buy 250 of them for $26 and you're selling them 2 for $1, you can do the math. All right. Visual bundling. And, and these sell more without saying anything. Most owners understand verbal upselling, right? But fewer understand visual bundling. And visual bundling means displaying products together so the customer mentally connects them. Like instead of, a grinder here, a tray somewhere else, paper across the damn store, you create a small visual story, with your grinders, tray, and your paper together, right? And for this price. Now the customer sees the complete setup and there's no speech required. All right. And here's how that works, because customers think in outcomes, not items. They don't want a grinder. They want everything I need so I don't have to come back or try to hunt somewhere else. When you merchandise for outcome, tickets raise naturally. Feeling weighed down? Choose Ultimate Gold Detox, the advanced detox drink that stimulates your body's natural cleansing process and kicks in under 60 minutes. Simply follow the easy instructions, drink, hydrate, and let it work. Available in multiple sizes and delicious flavors. For a quick, powerful cleanse you can count on, Ultimate Gold Detox. Detox made simple. So let's talk about lighting. And it's the most ignored profit driver. Lighting is not decoration. It's direct attention. Poor lighting causes premium items to look just cheap as hell, and glass to lose its sparkle, and colors flatten out completely. Displays, kind of blur together, and customers kind of skim instead of focus. Strong shops use lighting to highlight high margin zones and create visual hierarchy. And it separates categories and makes glass and accessories pop. All right. If everything is equally bright, nothing stands out. All right. Let me give you a couple of fixes for that, like quick lighting fixes. And they're going to pay off fast. And you don't need a remodel, right? You need to start with like a brighter case lighting. All right. Focused spotlighting on premium items. All right. And remove all the dark corners and eliminate the harsh overhead glare. Small lighting upgrade often outperforms expensive remodels. And hey, how's your damn store look? Is it clean? Let me tell you about the psychology of a clean store. And this matters more now than ever, because after the vid, everybody's thinking about cleanliness. All right, customers today are more cautious than they were a few years ago. Right, you don't go into the dirty smoke shop no more, man. People want to see clean, Apple-like stores. All right, and cleanliness now signals professionalism and safety and legitimacy and trust. And clutter signals, sketch and risk and disorganization, and like you're totally cutting corners, and the uncertainty, and in a tightening regulatory environment, the clean stores are always going to win. All right, you don't have to be, they don't want them sterile and cold, but they want them controlled. All right, and how many times you walked into a store that it just feels like there's too much damn product? I've seen a lot of usual suspect stores who have way too much product just crammed in there. And most shop owners don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They think they got to be everything to everyone. And you probably have too much on your shelves too. Too many SKUs create visual noise and slower decisions and overwhelmed customers, in all honesty. And there's some buried winners in your store, but it's also harder to train your staff, and the inventory drag is unbelievable. And strong operators edit constantly. They don't just add, they remove, put something on sale. All right, let me give you a simple shelf test. All right, stand 6 feet back from your display. Can I immediately tell what matters here on this shelf? Now, if the answer is no, your customer feels the same confusion. Clarity beats variety all day long. All right, a quick layout fixes that you can do this week. No, you don't have to do no construction. It's no big budget. All right, start here. Here's fix number 1. Clean your power wall. I mean, clean. Remove the damn slow stellars and the overstock and the random filler. Place your best margins and your best sellers and clean spacing between everything. Fix number 2. Create one visual bundle, just one. Pick one category. I don't give a damn what it is. Build one intentional bundle display where they can see it easily. And you watch what happens to the ticket size. And then, number 3, I want you to clean the counter completely. Remove the clutter and all the damn paperwork and the bullshit junk that's all in there. And you add 3 to 5 intentional add-on items. Your counter should look calm and deliberate. Very calm. It shouldn't have all that mess up there. Fix number 4. Adjust one eye level section, okay? Move your highest margin, easiest sale item to eye level. Not everything, just one section. Measure the difference over the next 2 weeks. See what happens. If I'm right, make sure you comment and let old Chad know that, hey, Chad, you're right. Those fixes really made a difference. All right. And so listen, in the next era, this layout is work that you're going to be doing. It's going to matter more than you think. All right. As products tighten with regulation, and it's happening, guys and girls, as customers get more selective, mainly because they can use the old Google machine and look, as competition increases, your physical store must do more of the selling work, because the future winners will not rely on all the bullshit hype, all the chaos, all the endless new products. They're going to rely on clarity, flow, and confidence, and intentional design. The store itself becomes the quiet closer. All right, here's my favorite part of the whole damn show. I like to give you a little tough love here, but you're going to have to listen. If your shop feels busy, but tickets aren't growing, and if customers buy only what they came for, or if the staff has to work too hard to upsell, don't just look at your products. Look at your shelves. Look at the flow of traffic within the store. Look at what your store is silently telling customers. Because in this next era, the stores that sell best are the ones that feel easiest to shop. All right, guys, I'm Chad Wade. This has been Chad Wade TV, real talk for real shop owners. If this episode helped you and made you look at your store differently, share it with another owner who's ready to tighten up their floor. And look, for tools and layouts and any kind of merchandise support that you might need, right? Hit me up. I'd be more than happy to help you out in any way that I can. And visit chadwadetv.com and unswholesale.com should you need some inventory. All right, until next time, design with intention, sell with clarity, and build a store that works even when you're not there.